Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Today is Smash Our Stash, which you have heard me say is, well, it was my favorite collab. I don't know, Craft with 5, I'm having a lot of fun, but still loving Smash Our Stash. This month was scraps. I started with paper scraps. It is not limited to paper scraps. You'll see I have some fabric here. I had some like rice paper I was gonna play with, some lace. I'm gonna leave these out and maybe play with them after this video, but I wanted to get this done. For Smash Our Stash, we just get something out and we're trying to smash it, get it under control every month. This collaboration is put on by Bourbon Creek Crafts. Beth chooses the categories each month and gives us ideas and gets us rolling. If you know me, you're surprised that I don't have an unlimited scrap bin, aren't you? Like a laundry basket. Based on how I do everything else, you'd think I would just throw my scraps into a laundry basket. Well, I really don't. I have these scrap things, and then I have solid color scraps that I put back into either their exact colors or back into one iris case. If they get really small, if they get small enough to fit in a 4x6, I put it in here, but otherwise it's in there. So I didn't look in those. And I have, we all know I do somewhere, bits and bobs and bags I've shoved together and book pages and all kinds of things, but I didn't dig any of that out. I almost got into the book pages. I'll tell you why. But really, my scraps aren't very big. My largest scraps are right here, and I am so sick of this paper. I bought a huge amount of it for very, very inexpensive, and so this is literally the biggest scrap, and I'm just so tired of that paper, you guys. Maybe you'll tell me an idea for it. Maybe it would make really good dogs with this part right here. I'll show you. So what I did was I just sat down and first I go to my bigger scraps and I say, okay, what are the largest things I can die cut or make? And here I just made a little journal card to go in a pocket in a journal because the scrap was big enough and single-sided. Those are my large ones. Then butterflies. So what I do is I just process downward in my scrap sizes. Start with larger dies and work your way down. And you can do this watching TV. You can do it talking to friends, hanging out on a Zoom or FaceTime with your family. If you're using an electric die cutter, they may be more annoyed. Noni came over and helped me use the Empress Mini. She was set on me using this little guy. And I must tell you, it was pretty spectacular. I have a couple of dies that I think are just lemons. It can't fix a lemon, but it makes a lot of things great. This Get Well die I've been a little frustrated with over the years. It was magnificent. It was great on there. So I did some Get Well, some thanks. I did some happy birthday. I messed up one of the birthdays, so we got some happy. The thing about using your scraps too is you would combine colors that you don't necessarily think of. But if you're a patterned paper person like me, I take all these card sentiments and I put them in a box that is for card sentiments, not journal sentiments, not random shapes, card sentiments. And when I'm using a patterned paper collection, I go through and say, hey, which one of these go? Like this one, I don't know if you can tell, it's like a brownish gray. This would probably be pretty good on a masculine birthday card. And so maybe one of those masculine papers, I'll pull this one out. The happy birthdays, this Get Well, this is kind of an unusual color palette for me to mix together. So maybe that'll go well with some paper down the road. I have found that the browns, I still like them. I use them for fall. I use them for dogs, all sorts of things. The earth tones and that kind of stuff that the scrap looks kind of barfy sitting. I really don't have very many of those. Then I went to butterflies because they're small. I also, for reasons I cannot recall, have a whole bunch of these. Maybe one of you happy mailed them to me. They're really nice navy cardstock in like what, 2x2 squares. And I actually used this thing. Oh my gosh, I was so proud of me. So this is a Sizzix Stampin' Up! Partnership called Embosslets Beautiful Wings. And what happened was one of you, maybe Kathleen, sent me die cuts of these. So it die cuts and embosses, and I was just smitten with them. And then another one of you said, well, I'll send you the thing, I think is how it went down. Am I right? And maybe it was Janie. My apologies if I've got the names wrong, but you guys get the idea. Super cool. I really hadn't figured it out, and I'm not going to tell you that I totally have it figured out. Here's what I did. I took my new Sidekick. I didn't want to mess with the Empress because if you're not familiar with these electric die cutters, they're not inexpensive. So I wanted to be sure if I did something bad, I did it to the least expensive die cutter I have. I shouldn't have done it with a brand new one, but anyway, this one is also very new. So I took one cutting mat, my piece of paper in there, closed this, then this thing said embossing pad, and so I used it. But after 2 cuts, that's what it looks like. And it looks to me like it's about to snap right there. So if that's not how I'm supposed to do it, now would be a really good time for you to tell me. But I don't care. I made a whole bunch of cute little butterflies. You can't tell because they're all the same color, but I did do 2 sets of them. I used pattern paper. I used printed paper. I used another printed paper. You could use book pages. If you want to get really fancy and have fun, maybe you only have 1 butterfly die. That's okay. You don't need a million. You can take 1, you can do 1 pattern, 1 solid, and layer them up. Staple in the middle, glue in the middle, fold the wings like this, put thread around the body, however you want to do it. I might layer some of these up. I might just leave them. I also like to put like a million on a page, so I don't always layer them up. It just depends on what I'm doing with them and how junky and thick the journal I'm working in is. Here I had narrow strips of paper that I didn't really want to stamp words on, so I cut these and then I can put little die cuts or stickers or whatever on them. This is paper, fabric, and some bits of paper under the edge. It's the beginning of some journal goodness. You may have seen sometimes I'll tape one of these to my counter and then all the little scraps of washi and different things, I'll add it. I used to, before there was a Zelda, have scraps of washi tape all over the counter because I use it a lot for die cutting. And you know how maybe you cut for an envelope and you wanted a clean edge, but then this time you didn't, so you tore the edge and then you have that little bit. So I would put all that kind of stuff on these, and it's very fun, but not if you have a Zelda. This, I don't know, some sort of something, glitter something, and then I put some scraps on it. All kinds of stuff. I didn't count the butterflies. I have a lot of pet things going. Oh, before my battery dies, let me show you this. Quite a while ago, my member and friend and subscriber, Mary, she sent our group a text, and it was book pages, and there were torn dogs, and she was making them. And so the way she did them was brown and book page, and it was really fun. And I had these patterned papers that I was like, what am I going to do with them, and a bit of craft. So I made this one. I think he's okay. He turned out cute. I'll use him. Oh my gosh. Then I tried this one. I was trying to use this. It is so thick. It's hard to tear, and I couldn't really make the shapes I wanted. I don't know what I was doing, you guys. It was terrible. Kind of looks like a little piggy, doesn't it? I don't know for sure if I'm going to use that one. So if you make one and it's ugly, don't feel bad. Mary also did a great job. She like tore little bits here and then had spots on her dog. I used a brown Sharpie because I was lazy. And I think I'm having a little trouble with where I put my nose and how far the chin is. I think this one, that's why this one looks so bad, is because the nose is way too close to the eyes for the size. I was using hole punches. She tore little dots. I was lazy again. I know you're surprised. Tony sent me this adorable stamp and die set. So I made 2 dogs out of a big piece of craft that I still had left. And then look at this one. My girl has a dog that looks like this. This looks like Titan. Like I should make her something with this tall, lean, muscly dog. Oh, then I made some doxies out of striped like board paper, you know, wood. And it looks pretty good. Don't be shy about using patterned papers when you're die cutting and when you're die cutting your sentiments. The reason these are all solids for my sentiments here is because I had that box out. Solid box, pattern box. So just what I get out in front of me mixes it up. I made dogs before that were out of this striped blue paper, which I really didn't like, and it was left over. This makes the cutest little dogs. You wouldn't believe it. So you never know. And I have all these die cuts of dogs and a pickup. If you have scraps, which I'm sure you do, get them out and play with them. You can always make ephemera if you're a junk journal maker. I don't know why it keeps going out of focus, you guys. Also, my phone is nearly full. It's been talking to me about that today. I will work on that before I film my next video. I am off to a member Zoom to hang out. I have heard some people express different opinions about having membership groups and leaving others out. I just want you guys to know that the reason I did a members group is because I like to be able to hang out and talk to people. It's somewhat more private. I know it's hard for you to believe, but there are people out there who are not just crafters that go through these videos and they're looking for data and things about you and that kind of stuff. So it's just a way to do things differently and to be a little more flexible. So I hope that nobody got their feelings hurt and felt left out. I also made my membership ridiculously affordable for that reason. Take care. I hope that you are taking time for crafting and relaxing. Here in Oregon, we have yard work weather today. I know a lot of you don't have that and you're just crafting away. So yay for you. I spent a lot of time outside. Bye-bye.